Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at a brand new event that's going to be starting on Monday. It is called Trait Frenzy. This event is going to have trait specific requirements to run certain parts of the event, and it is also going to have trait specific rewards. Let's take a look. Looking at the event information, it says Trait Frenzy, our latest event, is all about traits, both in the challenge and the rewards. A new series of roadmaps will challenge you against fighters with trait advantage, and in return, you'll be able to earn trait-specific mythic silver fighters. Are you ready for the Trait Frenzy? The event dates are as follows. It starts on the 19th of April 2021 at 12 PM Pacific time, and it ends on the 29th of April 2021 at 12 PM Pacific time. The grey market ends 24 hours later, allowing you to claim those rewards at 12 PM Pacific time on the 30th of April. So I'll read through the overview. It says your first step will be to get your hands on some sewing kits. If you're a member of Survivors Club, you'll get a nice head start, as you'll be able to claim 4 free sewing kits in the shop straight from the get-go. A solo mission event will be available throughout the Trait Frenzy event, which will task you with defeating enemy fighters in any of our game modes. Progressing through the milestones will earn you both sewing kits and trainers. You'll be able to collect a total of 20 sewing kits from the solo mission event purely through gameplay, but more will be made available via the shop if you feel you might need more. The sewing kits will allow you to unlock one of the 4 available Trait Frenzy roadmaps. Each will be themed around a specific trait, and you will only be able to use fighters with trait disadvantage. So if we look at the 4 roadmaps that are going to be available, it says the Alert roadmap, you'll only be able to take in strong fighters, which awards red mittens. The Strong roadmap, you'll only be able to take in fast fighters, which award green mittens. Fast roadmap, you'll only be able to take in tough fighters, which awards yellow mittens. And the tough roadmap, you'll only be able to take in alert fighters, which award blue mittens. So it looks like the best roadmaps to focus on to unlock with your sewing kits are going to be the ones where you have the best power. For instance, if you only have a couple of good strong characters, you're not going to have a good chance on the alert roadmap. Whereas if you have 5 really good fast characters, you're going to have a much better chance on the strong roadmap. The choice is up to you which one you want to unlock. Now there is some more information. It says also to make sure you have easy access to them, each roadmap will reset every 3 hours, allowing for more flexibility, and will award you with the trait themed mittens and scarves. Once you're done, grab your mittens and scarves and head over to the grey market for some very special rewards. By combining enough trait themed mittens, red, green, yellow or blue, you'll be able to claim trait specific silver mythic fighters. 20 mittens will get you a random silver mythic of a specific trait, but 30 mittens will give you a silver mythic choice of that specific trait. Scarves will be traded in for other useful rewards such as skill trainers, military tribute packs, armory tokens, energy refills, and gear markers. So in review, defeat enemy fighters to earn sewing kits, decide what silver mythic fighters you're after, and use the sewing kits to unlock the roadmap of this trait. Turn in your mittens and scarves for guaranteed silver mythics and other useful rewards. We're going to be scrolling down and checking out all the useful rewards in a minute. And obviously don't forget to claim your 4 free sewing kits if you are in the Survivors Club. Now there is some information around the solo mission event itself. This will be your main source of sewing kits. Defeat enemy fighters in any of our game modes to progress through our milestone. As you can see, defeat 100 fighters up to probably thousands. Let's have that little look. It goes up to 2,000. 2,000. Wow, it's actually going higher. 3,000. 8,000 fighters gives you obviously all the sewing kits you're going to be able to get, but it does give you some trainers as well. We do get some Bernadettes at the end. Now fighters are anyone who isn't a walker. So for instance, in a raid you will take down 5 fighters. In a roadmap stage that has 3 waves where it's all humans, that'll be 15 fighters. So things like SR and War will have a big impact on just you getting a lot of this done. But obviously you can just farm the world map and get that done as well. It is worth noting that the very last stages of the world map, which I think a lot of people are farming right now, are all walkers. So that will not count towards this. But a lot of the roadmap stages do have fighters on them. So it is worth noting there as well. Now, potentially the actual trait frenzy roadmaps themselves could have fighters on them, so as you start unlocking sewing kits, you could get extra sort of takedowns on fighters. We'll have to wait and see on that, but there should be some information. As you can see, the trait frenzy roadmap details are just below. And it does say all of the trait frenzy roadmaps will reset every 3 hours. To unlock a roadmap, you will need to use 1 sewing kit, so you'll be able to unlock 20 of these roadmaps of your choice. The alert roadmap will be as follows, and we'll just go through it. It does cost world energy, just in case you were wondering. And you can see that the enemies are obviously going to be humans, because obviously I didn't really think about it this way. They have to be humans to be alert, fast, strong, or tough. So you are also going to get the scarves as rewards as you progress, and then the act rewards are going to be the mittens themselves. And we're going to keep scrolling down. More roadmap details. You can see for the strong roadmap, you're going to come up against strong characters. For the fast roadmap, you're going to come up against fast characters. Remember, you are also always going to take in the trait that gets, trait damaged by these guys. So the tough roadmap here, you can only take in alert characters. So you are going to take trait damage. So it could be worth like remodding your team a little bit, if you haven't already, to do attack versus the trait that you would obviously not normally do. So for instance, alert will do attack versus tough, whereas normally you might do, you could maybe do attack versus tough, I don't know. Now there is a breakdown of the grey market rewards. Redeem your mittens and scarves for rewards. It's a great opportunity to hunt down those specific silver mythic fighters you're after. Now here are all the mitten rewards, and you can see there's choice alert, strong, fast, and tough. You can claim each of these up to 15 times, and they do cost 30 of their respective mittens. So for instance, red mittens for alert characters, green mittens for strong, so on and so forth. However, you can see there are random mythic boxes as well, and these ones will give you a random alert silver mythic of that trait. You can claim them up to 20 times, and they are cheaper. Now, because these are trait specific, I would say these are actually the better rewards to go for. If you have a choice between all 12 and a random between all 12, maybe the choice between all 12, but a choice between the 3 isn't really going to make that much of a difference. Not even in the short term. You generally are going to be fine. You might not be able to get a character up maybe for a couple of days, but you are going to get much more of these mythics. So I definitely would prioritize the random alert mythics, random strong, random fast, random tough, over the choice crates, because you're just going to get a much bigger number of rewards this way. And if you are going to be spending on this and you want to try and clear out as much of this as possible, I would still recommend going for the random ones. Now there are also some rewards you can trade in those scarves for. Liliths and Ulysses are going to be in here, up to 30 claims. I know I've seen some comments where some people just don't have any Ulysses but have tons of Liliths. Some people have tons of both, so you're probably going to ignore this completely like myself. And there is also some 2-hour military tribute packs, 2,500 armory tokens, world refills, and 2,500 gear markers. You can claim potentially quite a lot of this stuff. The armory tokens, you can get up to 100,000 armory tokens here, which is not too bad. 2 5-star weapons effectively you can potentially get. It's obviously down to how many scarves you will be able to get on those roadmaps. You will be able to get a grand total of 4,000 scarves, which will be able to get you 50,000 of the armory tokens. You can obviously do the math on what else you could potentially get here, but if you were wanting to focus on the military tribute packs, you could get all of those and still have a little left over for some other rewards. So this event actually looks pretty decent. You're going to be able to get quite a big influx of silver mythics. Like I said in the rewards section, I definitely would go for the random mythics just to get as many as you can. Just think of sheer numbers. Now the only issue I can see people having is a particular trait in their roster. They haven't got that many mythics. There are 3 silver mythics of each trait, of course, so if you really did need to rely on something, you could fall back on some silver mythics to just bolster the numbers. I actually thought I'd be fine for every trait except tough, but my tough actually seems okay. Surprisingly enough for me, my alert is where the issue is. I do have a lot of power within alert. I've got Sandy and Rick at tier 5, but past that I don't seem to have much else. I have some silver mythics just tiered up ready and waiting to get Erica and stuff, and Governor. So I'm gonna maybe have to just level up some of those just in the meantime, just so I can get some some power in those teams. But I mean, maybe I can get through it just with Sandy. She is really, really beast, but we'll have to see. This does look interesting, but I'm just going to be happy to get a lot of silver mythic fodder effectively. And potentially I could, you know, tier 4 silver mythics that I actually like. With the sort of numbers of silver mythics we're getting now, it does look a bit more viable to try and bolster your roster with silver mythics. And for events like this down the line, it looks like it's going to be even more useful. But do tell me what you think about the Trait Frenzy event. Are there going to be any specific traits that are going to be an issue for you? Which trait is it going to be? Do tell me in the comments down below, and hit the like button if you did enjoy this video or find it informative. Thank you very much to everyone who has already hit that subscribe button. It does obviously make a massive difference to a YouTuber. But that is the end of this one, guys. I want to thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.